All right, good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, world. It is Morning Spring on Western Spring Television, and this morning is called the morning after. If you know what I'm saying, what a week we have had so far here at Western Spring Television and at Rave 91.7 FM. Femi Ojo is my name. Thank you for staying with us again today, where and when we do what we do, 7 a.m. as the time, and of course, WSTV, Western Spring Television, BME on channel 190, Start Time CTT is the station. Femi is my name once again, and Evelyn Ohiolei is there. Good morning.
Good morning, Femi. How are you
Yeah,
doing today?
you know I'm doing already.
Good morning, people. Thank you for joining us on
Yeah.
another edition, the midweek installment of Morning Spring for this week. We are grateful that you are there to keep us company all through from 7 o'clock through to 9. My name is Evelyn Ohiolei, welcoming you specially.
Very especially, when you asked me how I was doing, I had to say you already know how I will be doing this morning. You might not know, viewers, but she knows, and that's why I use that word, the morning after,
Mm.
actually. But then we have what we do, and that is what we have come here to do, speaking to issues, and of course, the papers here reeling out headlines from our major dailies, and of course, the conversation about the betterment of this great nation, speaking to everybody that matters. And that starts with you. And if you are ready, we are. Good morning. All right, thank you for staying with us. We dive straight right in, and I'll be starting with the Punch today. The Punch newspaper. Bello, let me start this way, alleged 110 billion naira fraud. Bello due in court today as ex-governor reports to EFCC with a rider, ex-Kogi governor detained by anti-graft agency faces 16 counts. Okay. Let me ask you, Evelyn, that when the news trickled in, many kind of words were used. We learned he was arrested. So, other reported that, he's in the custody. And maybe this morning, in fact, I saw a particular headline that says Ododo, submits Yahya Bello to the FCC, But either he's been arrested, has been detained, either has submitted himself, wanting a show, is now within the grasp of the EFCC. That's after how many months now?
Yeah.
And he speaks to the fact that, okay, maybe justice can start now, but many persons will not still want to cut the EFCC any slack to say, you guys know what you were doing, other way.
Yeah, and talking about when that news, came in,
Mm.
the reports were everywhere on different platforms. I saw different headlines.
Yeah,
Some said, again,
same
Yaya
here.
Bello honors EFCC's invitation. Yaya Bello submits self to
Yeah.
EFCC. Yaya Bello goes to EFCC's headquarters. I mean, different headlines, but the thing
Right.
is in already, and the appropriate things should be done. It should be, investigated, tried. If he's found guilty, he should pay for, his sins, like would say it. But whether we should applaud the EFCC
Mm,
with this new development, I don't think we should for
mm,
now
mm.
until we get to the end of this issue.
Proper
There's
prosecution.
nothing to applaud here.
Yeah, actually, I told that line with you as well. Nothing, absolutely nothing. It's in fact they should be getting the sticks actually because
Mm.
you know how mugshots are given to the petty thieves, to the robbers. Many persons were asking yesterday, you should have him. You should carry the mugshot as well. Every suspect with the AFCC carry mugshot, in which they hold something to their chest, talking about the allegations and what they have done. But then maybe some birds are more bigger than others, and
Mm.
obviously. So now moving on, PDP neck pro-Wike governance set for showdown over Damagum. I think this Damagum PDP showdown thing Many persons, possibly if PDP are not aware, I think many Nigerians have moved on from their matter. Whatever you want to do, you guys can just do. Now, Forex platform, CBN sets $100,000 minimum trade for banks, and here PH, that's Port Harcourt Refinery, 200 trucks load daily, 150,000 barrels per day LMA plant dormant. 2 days ago we got the news that, okay, finally, I saw that headline, finally, the Port Harcourt Refinery is on. And okay, you can see the picture there now of Mele Kyari, the picture of the Port Harcourt Refinery, and we hope we won't be hearing anything technical, take off one thing and another. But then it's good to hear that we now have figures: 200 trucks to load daily, 150,000 barrels per day LMA plant dormant. Okay, so for you, PH Refinery is on after all, as reported.
After so many postponements of the day's operations will commence. In fact, a lot of people already took their mind off the Port Harcourt Refinery coming to full operation, during this administration. In fact, someone posted yesterday when the reports came in that Port Harcourt Refinery, or a Nigerian refinery that belongs to the government, will work during my lifetime is a testimony. And it's something we should be happy about. But then I went on social media yesterday and I tried to read the mood of people, feel your pulse, and know what they think about this historic development. And people still have this distrust.
Yeah.
They're saying, well, this might just be for the optics.
Yeah.
This is not really, let us see.
Do you know how many
first
takeoff we've
truck
had, actually?
Load first, or until I get a reduction in the price of PMS. People still are not excited. They're not jubilating, over this. Some are, but some still feel there's nothing to celebrate.
You can't blame them.
By the way, it's just the 60,000 barrels, 60,000 barrels per day tank that is on now. The 150,000, there are two plants there.
That's the LMA
the old and the new one. So it is the new one that is in operation, 60,000. The 150,000
LMA plant
capacity
is dormant.
Is still dormant. So we still have a long way to go. This is one out of how many refineries?
4. And
this particular one is just half of it that is working. So we do not sound...
A smaller half.
So we don't sound unpatriotic.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's something we should commend. But then, like Oliver Twist, we are asking for more.
And duly so, and you won't blame anybody. I'm not sure this is about patriotism. In fact, if there's anything that has to do with patriotism, is the fact that people that caused the shot should, hold their head, bow down in shame because of several deadlines that were missed.
Yeah. Several
dates for years, and billions of dollars, 60,000 barrels per day. That's not huru, But then it's good. It's a good news that at least it can add to whatever we have on ground with the Dangote refinery. But then you won't blame people. People that are saying, okay, let's watch it work for 6 months, uninterrupted. 6 months. Not that, okay, he has a supply now, and then the next 1 month we won't hear anything. And you'll be hearing, oh, there is electrical kiniko, and then, pardon my language, there's one thing or the other. And these are some of the things that we see. If Nigerians are having distrust at any level about the government of the day, either at the state level or at the federal level, I'm not sure it will be ingenious for anybody to blame them for that, because they have been, in fact, it's the Nigerians that people at the end of affairs have, if I may use a colloquial English, street English, they have seen finish. Because actually, nobody has come out to explain anything. Different deadlines have been missed. Nobody will come out to say we are sorry. Nobody will come out to say, Nigerians, this is my fault. This is our fault. You just know that it has been missed and nothing happens. Nobody is calling anybody. Nobody is apologizing to anybody. So I'm not sure it's about patriotism. It's the fact that it's good that he's on. Let's see how this will be in the next 6 months. When there is consistency, when there is free flow of this entire process, then we will know at least we are heading somewhere, and that will be a right destination as well. Below that, 4,449 policemen sue IG over delayed promotion. Uh-oh. 4,449 policemen sue IG over delayed promotion. Okay. Okay. Good luck to them on that. If actually is within their, right to do that, especially being uniform men, because many persons will say maybe if there are grievances, there are channels within the force that you can have gone through.
Yeah.
And if actually you have not done that,
this is what I call family matter.
family matters, right? Right. Okay. And, but the fourth estate of the realm is by proxy, by professionalism. We're part of every family, isn't it? But maybe not too close. When they say distant cousins, maybe that's what we are and who we are. Now, hunted and executed. Suspended Sanwo-Olu's 8 comments still probe call. And did you see the comment, attributed to this particular person, Evelyn? Oh, okay. Let me give you a brief rundown. It's about a particular media assistant, Sanwo-Olu's 8 rather, let me put it that way, who went to X to say, whatever has happened with the destruction of the NSAS, the destruction that followed, the protest by the hoodlums, and especially the burning of a particular media outlet, TVC or so, that the perpetrators have been, identified, hunted, and executed. That was his words. Hunted. You could see it here.
Yeah.
Hunted and executed from governor's aid to say, we know them, we have found them, and we have done what we should do to them. And, Lagos State had to come out to say, excuse us, we are not part of extrajudicial killings or, somebody making himself or herself the law. We are not found in that. And so Lagos State quickly dissociated itself from that comment and suspended the person for going out with statements that doesn't resonate with the state government, and he doesn't have the clearance to say such a thing. But Nigerians will say, okay, Lagos, it's good that you have spoken out very quickly to dissociate yourself. But many persons are saying somebody must just be thrown under the bus. Maybe the guy is just saying what he knows, because for somebody to put on the data, put on your device, go online to spew such a thing, then maybe he has some information.
Probably doesn't know what he's saying. Okay. I'm not in any way holding, brief for the government of Lagos State, but I'm just saying that, when they say in our parlance here, it talk jam, there are some people, it jam talk, thank you. There are some people that just, when they are so eager to put something out there, there is something to say. There is a way and manner you'd say it, and there is a way people would perceive it. Now, as a media aide, and this is why when it comes to recruitment of media aides, I always advocate for whether you're a governor or you are a professional of any sort, if you want to recruit a media aide, ensure that the person you're recruiting is a professional, not just a party loyalist that you want to throw in one office and you want to compensate for all that he did or all that his godfather did for you while you were campaigning. So it's very important that as a media aide, you know how to talk. And this is why I have issues sometimes with, the police PRO. How it talks online. Yes, you might say, oh, this is my account, but then you represent, the first PRO. But you represent an institution and you have to continue to abide by the principles of your office as a public relations officer. You do not see the people as the enemy. There is a way you talk, there is diplomacy, there is how you put out what you want to say out there. I used to tell people that you can tell someone that he is stupid without necessarily calling him stupid. It's true.
Spain masters.
So I don't know why, as a media aide, you understand the effect or how grievous those words are. The person that the people that committed arson during the last NSAS protest, they have been found, they have been hunted, they have been executed. It's not enough.
In fact, this is what he said. He said the full story of people who burnt down TVC in 2020 will be told one day. with gory clips and images. One thing to note, majority of them are being hunted down and executed. So I'm not sure there is somebody who doesn't know what he's saying.
Probably, there is a word. Probably he said they have been arrested and prosecuted.
No.
Now, he brought it down to they have been hunted and executed.
So this is not about the law.
Aside the suspension, I think he should be telling us, or telling the police rather, what he knows about those that were executed.
Hunting and execution.
He should be telling them what he knows. It's not enough for Governor Sanwo-Olu to distance or dissociate himself from his media aide. He appointed him to be the face of the government in some particular areas. So if that person who is the image maker of your organization or of the government has come out to make
guy's name
some claims.
Wale Ajetomobi, Senior Special Assistant on Print Media.
So this is not a small guy. He should be telling the police what he knows about those that have been executed.
I think we should take it further. I agree with you that it's not just about suspension. It should, but then, okay, Nigerians will say, do you expect anything to come out from that? Because
we should expect something to come out of this.
Maybe somebody must just be thrown under the bus.
We should see, Femi. We should come to a place
even agree with you. That's the proper thing to do.
Yeah, and it's not enough that it is.
And the way Nigerian police does their thing, it should be picked. It should have been picked, or it should have been paraded, just like the way they would do to enemies of the state.
I understand. Now, it is not about this is the proper thing to do. We have come to a place where people need to demand for the proper thing to be done. It's not enough for us to say, oh, this is what should be done, and we just move past it and say, oh, but we know this is Nigeria, it won't be done. We have to demand, be on, in this matter, ensure that the police pick up this guy, interrogate him, and let him explain to them what he means by they have been hunted and executed.
And who are those people that have been hunted? Who did the execution?
Exactly.
I was talking about, because it wasn't just on a WhatsApp status. It went on X to do that. Somebody of his stature, senior special assistant to the governor on print media. So I align myself with that of my colleague, and we are demanding, calling for the proper thing to be done, which is the identification. Either he's going to be invited, either he's going to be arrested. He had something to say, and it's just not a matter of let the small guy just be thrown under the bus. No, it's not what it should be. Lagos State has said it doesn't represent us, but it was representing you until yesterday, and so we went online to do that. We won't. If the police know what to do, and we are demanding that you do what you should do. Mr. Muyiwa Adejobi, that's a police PRO, false PRO. I think he owes Nigerians an explanation about that. And this is not the time to say, oh, the way it came about, the Yachukwudi thing during the election, where the false police PRO, the police PRO had to say, oh, he dispelled it by himself to say it's just a joke. He can't do anything. There's nothing like that. And trust me, yours sincerely, that was how that case ended. The Yachukwudi thing. And it's not just about the MC Oluomo and the use of the Yachukwudi thing. It's a proverbial, it's a figurative way of speaking to the people who bears that name. And many of those persons, we are not bringing back the wounds of the elections, but many persons who bore that name, who belong to that kind of people, we knew what happened. And even the protests that held from August 1 to 10, there were people who spoke through the megaphone, through speakers in a popular market in Lagos, who said, if there is anybody that will protest, we will show you this is our Lagos, and we are vowed to protest. And nothing has happened. They want people, don't ever try to come out. This is not the kind of nation that I think Mr. Muyiwa Adejobi, the police IG, Mr. President, everybody will be proud of. We expect you to do the right thing, and we trust you to do it, because we will speak to it. Trust us to do that. That will be all, Many things to really talk about today on The Punch, but that will be all on The Punch newspaper.
We head on to Nigerian Tribune at this time. Quite a number of stories here, and that is why we are here today. Let's take it from the CBN interest rate increment. This one here says CBN raises interest rates to 25.50%. Up from 25.25%. Revalue the naira, not MPC rate increase. This is coming from experts. Like I always say, only Mr. Cardoso, seems only Mr. Cardoso knows what he's doing.
Cardosonomics.
Yeah, so he's trying to curtail inflation rather, bring down the inflation, and it is continuing to increase the interest rates. But some economics, some experts believe this is not the way to go. If you continue to increase the interest rate, you are reducing, the environment for productivity, because people will not really want to go get loans from the banks anymore. But like I said, Mr. Cardoso probably can explain to people why he has done that several times, but people are not convinced that what he's doing at this time is the right choice for us as a nation. And with PH refineries revival, Tinubu set Warri Kaduna plants to target for NNPC. With PH refineries revival, Tinubu set Warri Kaduna plants target for NNPC with triple riders here. Tinubu commends Buhari Kyari African Export-Import Bank. NNPC begins truck-out operations of petrol, diesel, kerosene to Nigerian market. Oil marketers, industry exports laud NNPC over delivery of Port Harcourt refinery. Great news, but we hope that we can get greater news by ensuring that other refineries come on board and we have a reduction in the price of fuel. That's what people just want. So all this, if you open all of the refineries and people still have to pay this high for petroleum, then of what essence is that? But it's a good news, and we commend the NNPC for finally making this happen. NBC report on 3.46% GDP growth, decline in unemployment, not a true reflection of current realities. Nachima insists, and you remember we also had Dr. Paul Alaje yesterday, who also spoke to these figures. He said the figures are a ruse. The 3.46% GDP is a ruse because it's not reflecting in the economy. So how come you have GDP growth rate and your people are not feeling it? So he said these figures they are just banded up figures just to create some excitement amongst the people that it's not true. But then it is what it is. We have 3.46% GDP growth, and we hope that it can really translate to us having better lives as people and as Nigerians. FCTA's list of C of O defaulters on page 18 to 137. I mean, Nigerian Tribune had to even bring it out and tell you where to find it in case the very first time, it was put on their paper, you didn't see it. So you don't have any excuse to say, oh, I did not know I was a defaulter or I am a defaulter. Get to pages 18 to 137. That's a whole lot, and find out if you're there. Find out if your name is on the list. I said I have already checked. My name is not on the list. Femi, is your name on the list?
No.
It's not there.
Where I come from, we don't hold.
You don't. Amazing.
And in Lannister, we always pays there.
The top corner. Second year in office. Obasanjo commissions roads in Osun. Comments Adeleke. Today, 27th of November, is the second year anniversary of Governor Ademola Adeleke in office as the driver of the state. And we are going to be speaking more to, the progress we have made under Governor Ademola Adeleke and what more can we do? What more can he do for the Osun people? That will be later on the show. Nigeria loses $1.1 billion annually to malaria crisis. Yaya Bello, now in EFCC's custody, may appear in court today. The white lion is with the eagle now.
That's figurative way of speaking. The white lion.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's a dusty white or a off-white or just a kind of white lion, but the lion is in the eagle's nest
Yeah.
right now. We wait what the eagle will do with the lion that he has. Because actually, the eagle, in this case, it can only prosecute.
Mm.
They can't adjudicate on the matter.
Yeah.
So people we expect them. We expect them to do what they have to do and on time, and they should be ready with all their facts and figures now.
Mm.
Any responsible organization, anti-corruption agency should be ready. It's not the time for you to make him appear in court now and then to be asking for 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, or to keep him there perpetually. No, he's still presumed innocent
Yeah.
until he's confirmed guilty pronounced guilty by the court of law. That's the stand right now, irrespective of whatever the allegations are, 16 count charge, against him as well. But, it's good to know many things to really talk about him. And because we have been here to talk about that question, where's Yahya Bello? Where's Yahya Bello? He has been, just like I said, some papers he has been submitted. He has been, released by his successor rather, who felt, okay, maybe it's right time to do the right thing. Okay, so we wait to see how that will pan out. To the nation now. Nation is paper. Petrol rolls out again from Port Harcourt refinery 5 years after Port Harcourt refinery. Now, Ryder says this is a milestone. Hmm, Okay. And thrilled to know others' quick action on Warri Kaduna refineries. The thing is, if all these refineries will resume working, one thing is sure, by the way, they can't function at installed capacity again. It's been years, years, decades now of their installation. But then let them do what they have to do because there are persons, there have been workers in that particular refinery that have not been doing nothing, you know. They have not really been producing anything and they have been on salary. Actually, their payroll has been there. I remember the former Minister of Oil state for petroleum rather, you know, Timmy Silva, former governor of Bayelsa, said when he was asked in the program, how about this issue of you retaining of workers that have not been doing anything? You might want to say fairly to this, it's not because they don't want to do anything, it's because the place is not functional. And he said they just have to keep them. Why? Because there are labor laws. He said if they are disengaged, it's the same NLC, it's the same labor unions that will come on them, for doing that. But then, so how do you balance not functioning for like 5 years and you are being paid for doing nothing, for producing nothing? And that's why many persons say maybe in our climb here, government should not have any business in running any functional business because if it were to be private firms, do you think this will happen for 5 years and nothing? And even it calls to question the capacity, the capabilities of the leaders in that particular sector. The former president, Muhammadu Buhari, was the Minister of Petroleum. In this case, President Tinubu is the Minister of Petroleum. And under him, almost 1 year, 7 months after this has come to be, and we hope it is the genuine one right now. And he has ordered a quick action on Warri Kaduna refineries. Maybe if we could have, imagine if we could have a cumulative 500,000 barrels per day refineries, okay, let's say 2, 3 of them are refining crude oil at 500,000 barrels per day. That will go a long way as well, to assuage the pains. Maybe we might be producing something that is relatively cheaper than what Dangote is doing as well, which is where we are finding ourselves right now. You could see the beaming smile with, and this particular picture has been circulated by almost all the papers that we have today. Melik Yari, the man in charge of the NNPCL, and many of his lieutenants to say, finally, we have struck something nice. And here, CBN raising interest rate to 27.5% will curb inflation. We talked about the cardosonomics earlier, whatever that means. To ensure stability, MPC retains other monetary parameters. All right, and bottom strip, anti-graft agency uncovers 16,800 rebacked Okay, let me say this again. Anti-graft agency uncovers 16,800 rebacked 50 kg federal government rice palliative. Anti-graft agency rather uncovers 16,800 rebacked 50 kg federal government rice palliative. These are the issues. Evelyn, you keep hearing the rolling out of rise. There was even this particular one about a price reduction for a 50 kg bag of rice to be sold at 40,000 naira. I'm not sure anybody knows where that has happened. More than a month now, that 50 kg bag of rice, will be sold at 40,000 naira. And I don't know where that has happened. But now this is, uncovering of 16,800 rebagged, emphasis on rebagged 50 kg federal government rice palliative. Who are these people? Where has it been found? Maybe these are the issues because the federal government will say we are rolling things out, and the people are not saying.
These people are within, this in government. I don't think an ordinary person would want to. Yes, citizens can do that. People can be that funny and greedy. They want to make extra money for themselves. But I'm just saying that we've heard reports. There was a particular woman in Lagos that used palliatives for as birthday souvenirs.
Yeah.
And nothing was done.
Nothing, actually.
So this is not the first time we'll hear palliatives that were given to probably ministers or lawmakers. And these people use it for their own personal use. Sometimes they give it to their family and friends.
Cronies.
They are not
considering
those within their constituency, really. And
there is no accountability.
And some
That's
would
the problem.
give it as, oh, this is what I am giving to you. Like, they take the credit for it.
Yeah, like the ones who have funded it.
Yes. So it's not the first time. Yes, it's good that we bring out this report so that we can get awareness about these things and, we can continue to lend our voice to issues like this. But this is not the first time it's happening.
The issue is for the agencies, the ministries, the government that is funding these things, bankrolling it, pushing it to the people, the intended public, to say this is at least to assuage your pains, your hunger, and all of these things. Shouldn't they be asking questions? Is it just for you to just say, we are rolling it out, guys come and take and distribute, and you won't check, you won't ask questions? Because that's what we do. We are more like we have done what we should do. That's all. And either you are even lying, you are not doing anything. Who is checking? Either you are not lying, you have done what you should do. Are you checking if actually the intended demography, they have it?
Yeah.
Because these are the questions as well. 80,000 bags of rice, 6 trailers bag of rice per state, grains, beans, gari, all of these things. And many of us, I don't live in the GRA, at least for now. I've not seen one like this. I've not even seen any logs pass me to say, or in my neighborhood, who are the ones collecting these things? These are the issue.
I mean, we need data. Data. We're not working with data. It's just free for all. You give out the palliatives, and the ministers and lawmakers go to their constituency and just share it to their cronies.
Yeah.
What would it take for us to know the number of people we want to give in this particular constituency?
Right.
They say we have a register.
Yeah, social
register that contains the names of the poorest of the poor and, the conditional cash transfer during Buhari's time and all of that. And they said the social register is being updated from time to time. So how come you do not have the number of people you're giving this palliatives to? You know the number of people you want to give it to, and you know that this palliatives got to them. And after these palliatives have been dispersed, you call.
Yeah.
You make a call through and say, oh, we are calling from so-and-so ministry. We just want to know if you got your palliatives. How did you get it?
Yeah.
What was the content in it? So that you can know, you can verify and confirm that these palliatives, got to the right people that actually need it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story. I got a particular product. I didn't go to get it from the company. I got it from their agent. Someone was selling, so I got it from their agent, and I started using the product. And I think 2 weeks or 3 weeks into when I purchased it, I got a call from their company asking, "Oh, we were told you purchased so product. We just want to know if you're okay with it, if you're this with it." I said, "Yes, I'm good with it. I'm fine." "Okay, please, would like you to read out the registration, no, the product number on the product, so that we can continue to, update our system as to this particular product." I read out the product number for them, and they thanked me for purchasing their product. They asked me the name of the agent because they wanted to know if it was their agent that sold it to me, because it is only their agent that is authorized to sell their product.
They are following up.
Do you understand me? Now, I was so surprised that after 1 year of purchasing this product, that was just last week, I got a call from this company asking me about the same product. And I'm like, "Okay, I said, "Please."
The efficiency.
In fact, the product is not even with me. I've given it to my mom. So I don't even have, they're like, "Okay, we'd like you to snap it. We want to know if it's still durable, if it's still maintained."
Yeah.
And I was so thrilled. I was so wowed, because I'm like, really? After 1 year, I've made the purchase. I have even forgotten that I made that purchase.
So imagine that's in practice is extended.
Thank you.
So this kind of thing that we talk about. I said two things. Now, for the MDAs, government, that are saying we have rolled this out.
Yeah.
Who is checking to be sure that, yes, 4,000 bags, 6,000 bags, or one bag that they announce is what has been rolled out? Number two, did they get, and that's what we have been speaking to the intended audience, because if all these rigs that we are hearing is the one that have been rolled out, shipped, trucked, whatever, being the language, to all these places, at least 1 or 2 or 3 persons should come to the social media, or at least you see that you say, "Oh, this is what we got from these." Yeah. But the only thing you get to hear is when a whole community, a whole street, we get two things.
The one we call Agolo,
and
everybody
what
should
happened
get a
during
grade.
the COVID, yeah. Some persons carried, they just, out of anger, dropped it on the road and said, "What exactly do you mean? Are you saying you don't know the kind of people that are there?"
It's insulting.
Do you know? But many persons say, "Okay, drop money in people's account." You will hear government handlers say, "No, how can we do it? How many people have account?" But when it's time for election, you got an update from from INEC, from telecommunications providers, to say, "Oh, go and vote, not fight." How do these people get my number? You have it. And these are some of the things that we'll talk about as well. So it's what it is actually, and we should do better with the kind of things that we'll do. All right, many things to really talk about, and here, haunted. Okay, that is not the story. I'm on the Nigerian.
You're on the Nation.
Pardon, on the Nation, right? And here, EFCC may take ex-governor Bello to court in Abuja today. Okay, we want to see that. Just like I said, this should not be taken as a persecution. There's a difference between a persecution and a prosecution. A prosecution should be done within the ambit of the law.
Yeah.
And it's not just I said something. Don't just keep him there perpetually. No, there is a law that we must follow. It's just right now, it should be as Nigerian as any other Nigerian. Actually, there is no immunity, anything that he has with him right now. And many things. Nigerians are watching, actually, because that's one thing. They are watching. We are watching. There was a case of a senator. He's a sitting senator, two-time governor of a particular state, who had issues, a case to answer, or cases to answer, with the anti-graft agency, EFCC, and the case dragged for almost 12 years, 12 years. And you know what happened? At the end of the day, he was sentenced, and he started his sentencing, by the way, his time in prison, but his legal team continued. And at the end of the day, they got that particular judgment vacated or quashed, not because he was set free, not because he was acquitted, but because they said something unusual happened in the prosecution. A vacation judge, or something like that, handled the matter, and he or she, Milot, and in that particular process, was not supposed to be there. So on technicality ground, that case was thrown out, and the person in question was not acquitted. What was told to the EFCC was they should go and start again.
Restart.
This particular individual is a sitting senator, a ranking one right now. And these are the things that we see. So what does that do to anti-graft war, anti-corruption fight? Because the truth of the matter is, when people are, exchanging banters, they will tell you, and we are not, saying this is what people should do, but these are the issues. People will tell you, if you want to, don't steal. Actually, don't steal. But you see people, when they are exchanging matters, will tell you, if you want to steal in Nigeria, steal a lot of money so that you can just dabaru. Everything, cases will be thrown out. Till now, that case doesn't have, the way we say it, doesn't have head. Here, there is a case against Obanikoro. There is a case against Ayo Fayose. You know for how many years these things have been done? Do you know since when Ayo Fayose left government?
I'm in severe pain.
Yeah, since that is severe pain, where his candidate, Professor Eleka, lost, to Kayode Fayemi at the time. Even the Kayode Fayemi has been governor of Ekiti State for 8 years.
And another person is in the saddle right now.
He's in the saddle. And you are talking about a man, because of election, prosecution, or something, money exchange hands, and there was the name of Musli Obanikoro, the name of Fayose mentioned in some things, and, the case is still on till tomorrow. And then you want to go to secondary schools, the EFCC have this Catch Them Young initiative. They go to secondary schools and universities telling the young people, don't be involved in crime, which is, catch them young. But they are saying what is happening with the money bags. How do we build a nation with that kind of a thing? When politicians know, steal as much as you can. You can truncate the process. You can frustrate the courts. And the courts at this time, I don't want to say anything against Milots, actually.
Yeah, I like what you said that the young ones are seeing. A whole lot of them are really observing what is going on. How can an
anti-corruption case go on for 4, 5, 7 years?
They're observing what is going on.
And you are told to go and start again.
They're observing what is going on. And that's why you see a whole lot of anger in them when EFCC or these anti-graft agencies come to bust, schools, hostels, and clubs, and just pack these young ones like sardines and pack them up to their office,
remove their wigs,
and give them mug shots and all of that, term them suspects, and they observe that it's not the same thing with people that you say have embezzled or money, billions of naira, or have been suspected to have been engaged in fraud, billions of naira. You invite them. They come in company of a governor who probably has less work to do. We are happy that Governor Ododo did not follow Yaya Bello this time. It seems the work in Kogi State is getting more intense. Because at that time, it seems he had less work in his hands to follow a predecessor to honor an invitation. I wonder what that was for. But, these people are observing. The young ones are observing. They know what's going on. You cannot tell. You cannot change history for them. This is history in the making. This is what makes history. And they are seeing. They say Nigerians don't read that much. They don't read history. What about this history that we are making that people are seeing?
They are saying.
They can never ever forget. If you're saying that they do not know the history of the 90s and the 80s, what about this history now that you are making? And they are observing, they see, they know. They know what is going on. These are the things that will actually shape our future. So I believe that what is sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander.
That's the way it should be.
If you think this person is a suspect and you've done your investigation, and in one way or the other, this person is found, has been found wanting, or his hands has been stained with fraud or embezzlement, whatever it is, ensure that the right things are done. Ensure that the appropriate measures are put in place to ensure the prosecution and probably conviction of this person if he is found guilty by the court of law. It's as simple as that.
Actually, well spoken and well taken, and I align myself with that thought as well. By the way, that will be at the end of the airline segment today, and then we'll switch gears as we look into the 2 years of Governor Ademola Adeleke's administration in Osun State. He took over from Adegbega Itola of the APC, who was one-time governor. They sloughed it out And in fact, the previous election cycle, 2014, they slugged it out as well. 2018, rather, 2018 to 2022. And, but then Adeleke came back in 2022. He became governor, took over from the APCs of the PDP. November 27 of each year is the anniversary of any administration, since the time of Raul Varabeshola when he took over after that court order, that made him or confirmed him as governor of Osun State. And so, what has it been? 2 years of the Adeleke government. What has it done? What was his promise? What is the delivery? We learned, many projects were being in their 16 or 15 days of celebration of the second year anniversary. The drums have been rolled out. Commissioning is being done here and there. Some political bigwigs have been around. Former President Olusegun was there yesterday. Olusegun Obasanjo to commission some projects. So, infrastructure, how has it performed? Education, how has it performed? The rule of law, obeying court orders, doing things within the ambit of the law. What is a scorecard? Sports as well, governance in general, the ease of doing business in the state. What has it been? His relationship with the people of the state. What has it been like? Where was Osun State 2 years ago? Where is Osun State now, economically speaking? And many things. So we'll be speaking to that as well, speaking to a critical stakeholder on the matter, to see if truly the kind of progress that Osun people wanted has been made. How about the civil service? Is there a reform? Is there a policy? How about salary remuneration? How constant is that? Promise made? Is it the same thing as promise delivered? These will be the next talking points today, because the government of the day will always score themselves high, actually. But then we have a duty to speak to those issues to see if actually these things are true, and if actually they are doing what they said they will do, or if actually they can do more as well. Governor Ademola Adeleke is the governor right now, at least till 2027. 2026 actually, and of course the politics is hotting up as well. What will he be in the next couple of months? Okay, let me say more than a year from now, the politics will hot up as well, and then governance, as we know, might take a back seat and politics will take over. But now that we still have another year, what will it be? Stay with us. It's still Morning Spring on Western Spring Television. It's been an extensive one on the papers today, speaking to these issues. We'll take a quick break right now. When we return, it will be about the state, Osun State. Stay with us.